So, Mirkko DeMaio, the Flower Kings, right?
Hello,
Based in Italy. What town are you in?
Napoli.
Oh, Napoli. Okay, so you are in Naples, Italy, stranded at home, right in the midst of this craziness with the coronavirus.
Exactly.
Now, the obvious thing is, and we've also seen your posts on Facebook, is not to get depressed by it too much and to be as productive as possible and as creative as possible when stranded at home. So, what do you think could be done? You know, if somebody is stranded, a drummer, for example, is stranded and you know, no playing possibilities, no rehearsing possibilities, nothing like that.
Well, let me just say that all starting from the fact that we with the Flower Kings. First of all, thank you for having me. It's
our pleasure
to back on BeatIt TV, and all started to we had this concert with the Flower Kings on the Cruise to the Age boat, and it was in Planet to happen in Miami. Taking off from Miami, and then from there, just when the cruise will be over, we had to go in Canada. So what happened that United States government, closed all the flights from Europe except UK. That's okay. And then so a lot of bands, a lot of fans actually could not reach the boat. So automatically, the cruise has been postponed, and automatically, even the Canada concerts, because we had the flights from Miami to Canada, and so we had really, it's been a huge waste of money, but it's been postponed. It's just now, we will back. Every band, everyone will back to their life. So what we talked to the Flower Kings. So what we can do, and to be completely honest, Ron Stolte has been the one that trying to be the most positive as possible. I say, guys, it's happened. We cannot do nothing about that. And we have to use this time to be productive. We have our homes, we have our creativity, and we have to try to create something from nothing or from what we have. And well, just to say, with the Flower Kings, they are trying to they have all like studio home studio, because for singers, guitar players, keyboard players, and whatever, they have home studios. So they can definitely practice the craft at home. For the drum, it's always be like, I barely have a studio. So now what I can do? Personally, I'm lucky enough to have my studio just 2 minutes walking by home. So it's kind of okay. I put my mask, my gloves, and my I just have a paper that the government give to you have to download from their website, and that you have to declare what you're doing, because you are allowed to go in certain place, like going and stuff like that. But and since I'm an independent like worker, it's kind of weird to explain. I have a studio there, so if it never didn't happen still, but if it happened, it's weird to explain. I have a studio there. I'm a musician. It's just 2 minutes. I know people like Gergo Borlai is having trouble because his studio is very far from home in Barcelona. and he couldn't even like reach with bicycle, nothing. So I just saw that he posted uh, the picture of a pad, and I said, you like enough. There's people they don't have even that. So what? But everything's gonna be fine. Anyway, what I'm
So,
doing now? Yeah, sorry.
yes. What are you doing now exactly? What is your way to kind of like deal with the situation?
Okay, my way, it's as I say, I'm lucky to have the studio really like close to home. So I'm just starting to, I mean, it's not starting, continuing to practice, study, experiment, because the time now is more like, okay, I don't have any like deadline to follow, so I can really like do whatever I want with my time. So I'm experimenting with mics. I experiment in doing practice on my software and stuff like that. Studying, even studying, because Skype. It's all the thing we have, Skype, like a messenger and all the stuff. It really helps to continue to improve, even you are like in this kind of situation, in emergency. And to be completely honest, I mean, I did just one lesson with Klaus Hessler, German drummer. Is total game changer, and I'm planning to do use my time to do other lesson with him. And actually I have the time now to study that stuff and even more. So it's basically that. Really, it's basically that. I'm taking care of my studio, because every time you have to come out and in and out. So you have to record, to practice, and you never had the time to take care of your stuff. So it's a good time to take care of your work, of the stuff you have around in general, and so that's basically that. I mean, what I can suggest to people that don't have the studio in really like in the Nerby, it's like, I hope that at least they have like a pair of drumsticks. I mean, come on, the drummer, you should have one at home, and practice on a pillow. I mean, Billy Cobham did that. Dennis Chambers did that.
Simon Phillips did that.
Simon Phillips. I mean, come on, that's probably the best way to back to our roots. It's a good chance to back to our roots. And what else? I mean, what I can suggest more? Oh, even like doing. If you don't have your books at home, you can your drum books. You can practice your reading, maybe downloading some charts on the internet, and and maybe it sounds stupid and really cheap, but actually, it's a good time to back to listen music without any kind of pressure. Whatever you just like, maybe lay down on your bed or on your couch and just listen music without the thing, oh, I have to learn this. I would just enjoy the music, whatever it takes. Don't worry about that. And read some books. As I said, that's why I think in a positive way. Well, I don't want to use the positive word anymore, but because this time it means other things. And
let's say constructive. That's probably
I'm very positive in that, because we had a chance to take care of ourselves, actually. So it's not the best. It's the best situation around us, but we're lucky enough to have a roof,
Yeah.
On her head. So I guess
Mhm.
we're lucky enough, and we can do a lot of things in a
That's
more.
true.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Is there a drummer, a name you could give to our viewers you would recommend kind of like listening to, studying now that there's more time, like, watch some YouTube clips or just listen to albums? Somebody who's probably not so world famous, but you think is great and would be good if people knew about.
Oh, um, someone. I mean, the thing is that now that you have all. I mean, now it's a lot of times now. But now that you have like YouTube and everyone is famous in his way, so everyone is well known, and
Yeah, true.
actually,
But on the other hand, there's, in your country, in Italy, uh, there was quite a lot of, classic prog groups from the
yeah,
late 60s, early 70s. And
yeah.
those drummers, I mean, most people don't know of because, this is pre internet, pre everything, and this is 50 years ago. And those are great bands back in the day. That's
I
just an
really,
example.
yeah, I really think that you're right. I mean, but the thing is that before that, it was not about the musicians. It
Hmm.
was not a single musician. It was about the bands,
Yeah,
because even at the time there was a lot of members changing in the bands because they were
yeah.
different time. So it was not even the drummer of the band was. I mean,
Hmm.
who was like very good.
Hmm.
For example, in Italy, we had Franz Di Cioccio that actually is very famous, and he in the prog,
Hmm. Hmm.
world.
Yeah.
Uh, it's and now just in Italy,
Hmm.
and actually he recorded a lot of stuff, even the, let's say, pop music during the 70s and the
Uh-huh.
80s. All the
Okay.
bands, PFM, recorded a lot of stuff in the 70s and 80s for other artists as a band, and then even but it was more about the music. We had Le Orme, we had the Banco that actually they still doing concerts now, and the PFM, to say they really like had this musician that because Franz Di Cioccio is actually a singer as well, so they had to bring like other drummers that actually are fantastic drummers, and I can just mention two in like chronologic time. The first one was Walter Calloni, and the second one, that actually it's the one that is still playing with them, it's Roberto Gualdi. And both this drummer, they are totally mind-blowing drummers. I mean, they are like they are the professionals. Like when you ask, oh, who's the professional guys in Italy? Oh, that's definitely Roberto Gualdi and Walter Calloni. And actually they
Oh.
are really in a lot into the teaching. They are really good teachers as well. Walter Calloni is more like pop oriented, let's say that, and Roberto Gualdi is more like it's rock dude, definitely rock dude. It's a damn smart guy actually, and I love him. He helped me a lot to do a lot of things. I have to give credits to that, and those are the names in Italy that I can suggest. I mean,
So,
there's a friend of mine that actually it's really a great drummer. It's famous, but he's in the prog stuff, but in his own way, because he is really versatile. He has like that Mike Portnoy style, and but he's famous for the videos. It's called Andrea Vadrucci. Is on YouTube is a Badroom. He did like Super Mario, videos, and got millions of views for that and all the videos. And that guy is very versatile. I mean, let's say prog, because for me it doesn't exist, the prog drummer. To be honest, he's just a guy that he can play everything well, and he is just find himself, like okay to play to play like a bar when it's like, let's say, rock, and a bar after that's like jazzy. Yeah. For me, it's basically that, and having like the right tools to making everything smooth. And
yeah. So we will definitely look those guys up for sure. We will let those, the names. We will let our viewers know about the names. That's for sure. So thanks for being a good sport. Thanks for your, let's say positive, for the lack of a better word, attitude, and hope to see you again sometime on tour with the Flower Kings again.
That's for sure. I mean, this is, I want to just like say some final words. I mean, this is a tough time, but in history, the history of the world, teach us that we had a lot of tough and dark times, but we are still here and we're doing great things. So, I mean, we will get out of this as well. Like, or let's say, our grandfathers or whatever, did before us, and we have the chance now to make the world a better place. It sounds cheesy, but I guess that's no bad word to think about that. That's the only thing that we can do, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it.
And on that note, thank you very much, and see you again.
Yeah, see you, BeatIt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for